All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This week we'll be talking about pride. But before we get started, make sure you give me that thumbs up down below to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to the channel where you will find additional videos of this nature and you'll be notified of new releases. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Is pride standing in the way? Pride in a word carries both admiration and warning. We take pride in our work, in our families, in our achievements. But we also hear that pride comes before the fall. So, which is it? Is pride a good thing or a bad thing? More importantly, is pride standing in your way? Let's start with understanding what pride really is. At its core, pride is a sense of self-worth, a belief in one's own dignity and accomplishments. It can be the thriving force behind ambition. It can be the driving force behind ambition and excellence. But it can also be the root of arrogance and stubbornness. When pride becomes a bad thing. Pride turns negative when it blinds us. When we refuse to ask for help because we think we should already know everything. When we reject advice because we can't admit we might be wrong. When we hold grudges because apologizing feels like losing. This kind of pride builds walls between us and learning, between us and growth, between us and others. When can pride be good? Not all pride is bad. Pride, when kept in check, can fuel confidence. It can push us to do our best, to stand by our principles, to strive for excellence. It can help us walk with our heads high, knowing we put in the effort, that we are capable, that we matter. Pride is, in its healthiest form, is self-respect, not self-importance. Well, some people say, what about humility? On the other hand, or on the other side, we have humility. Often misunderstood, humility is not about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less. It's recognizing that there is always more to learn, that other people's perspectives have value, and that being wrong isn't a sign of weakness, but an opportunity to grow. When humility goes too far. However, humility can also be taken to an extreme. When humility becomes self-deprecating, when we downplay our skills or hesitate to step up because we don't want to seem boastful, it can hold us back just as much as pride can. If we constantly undervalue ourselves, we risk missing opportunities, avoiding responsibility, or allowing others to take advantage of us. When is humility powerful? At its best, humility allows us to connect, to collaborate, and to improve. It opens the door to mentorship, to constructive feedback, and to genuine relationships. A humble person doesn't need to be the loudest in the room to command respect. Their actions speak for them. Can pride and humility coexist? Absolutely. And in fact, they should. The strongest people, the most successful, the most respected, balance both. They take pride in their abilities, but remain humble enough to know that they don't have all the answers. They are confident, yet teachable, driven, yet open minded. Here's some examples of this balance. Take an athlete at the top of their game. They have to believe in themselves to compete, to push through challenges. That's pride. But they also listen to their coach, take criticism, and always look to improve. That's humility. The two together create greatness. On the other hand, look at a leader who refuses to listen to their team because they believe their way is the only way. That's where pride becomes a roadblock, or someone who never speaks up in meetings, even when they have a good idea, because they don't want to seem arrogant. That's where humility becomes a limitation. Now, how does this affect personal growth? At the heart of it all, pride and humility both shape our personal growth. Too much pride and we stop growing because we think we already know it all. Too much humility and we stop growing because we don't believe we have the right to. But together, pride gives us the courage to chase our goals, and humility gives us the wisdom to learn along the way. So ask yourself, is pride standing in your way, or is humility holding you back? Maybe, just maybe, the key to moving forward isn't choosing one or the other. It's learning how to hold both in balance. All right, boys and girls, that's my thoughts on the subject. I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate you watching. Make sure you give me the thumbs up down below to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to the channel where you will find additional videos of this nature, and you'll be notified of new releases. And until we see each other again, have a grateful day, and we'll see you next time.